the two of us. How you doing,
The
Theo?
two of us. Hey, I'm good. I'm great. Good to see you, Shirlen.
Good to
Hey,
see you too. You looking
it
a little
feels.
good. You
I
been
feel
working
like.
out?
I mean, it feels so normal. It feels so natural right now. I mean, it's something. Is something missing? I don't.
I don't think nothing's missing. Everything looks the same to
Everything is
me.
in order, right? I mean, the
Yeah,
two of us
it's
here.
it's week two. It's two of
Hmm.
us,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have too much fun. I think everything's fine.
Everything is fine, but unfortunately, we do have to announce that our, third couch champion, is not with us today, Mr. Xander Sherman.
Yeah,
Couldn't be here. But you know what? We told them, listen, do what you got to do.
yeah. Do
You'll
what you
hold
gotta
down the
do.
fort. The two best college champions got it.
Yeah, one and two. We'll hold it down for you.
Listen,
That's why it's a team sport, you
the
know.
two best would always be the two that are here.
Yeah,
FYI.
it's a team sport.
It's a team
We'll pull
sport.
you through.
Right, right. We don't just talk about this team sport. This is a team sport.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, listen, I'm excited though. I'm excited. I'm ready for this next football week coming.
Yep.
We got a pretty good start to it last night.
I was gonna
Surprisingly.
say, surprisingly good
Surprisingly.
game. Came down to the wire.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I
What do
was
you?
driving. I actually was on a long drive yesterday,
Uh
and I
huh.
missed the whole game. And I was my wife was like, because I didn't say anything about it. My wife was like, you a football game happening now? Why are you complaining at all? I was like, ain't nothing happening this game. I'm not missing anything. I don't feel bad at all. And then I came home and was like, wait,
Down
da-
to the
Daniel Jones.
wire.
I mean, it was crazy. And Danny Dimes.
I was gonna
Listen,
say,
man.
he had a surprisingly good game.
Yeah.
Surprise.
I
Even I gotta say, even Heineke.
yeah.
Heineke was
Yeah.
balling.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I was like, man, I was at a very low point with everything in terms of like I was looking back to the draft and remembering how everyone like they were talking about him and Peyton Manning talked this guy up and I was just like, I can't believe that he did this to them. Like this is the
Right.
ultimate revenge to
Ultimate.
convince them to draft this guy. But I mean, listen, we'll see. We'll see what happens. He definitely seems to be a better runner than it
Dana
always seemed to
Paso.
me when he ran in the past that it was like a scary, like he running for his life rather than like
He
drawn up run plays.
he had one or two good runs, and of
Hmm.
course I was in fear for his life. I'm sure he was too. But I
Yeah,
mean, let's bring this back to fantasy. Like
yeah, yeah.
in a two quarterback league, if you're really in a pinch, you could
You could do worse.
you could throw one or two of those guys on your team, and they could do something
Hmm.
for you.
Hmm. I agree. I think Danny. I think he proved that he can. The thing is, he has always been a runner. He's always been like but the thing that I said is true that it's just been he's run not for a necessity like a play that was meant for a run. He run because
Right for his
that's all
life.
he could do. But it
Yeah.
seems as though they're trying to get more of these drawn up run plays for him. And listen, if he starts to succeed, the team will start to succeed and get even better. I think that this was a really good game, even though they lost. And they oh my goodness, I mean, they gave that game away so much times. Giants, they were supposed to win that game like 5 times, and they
Right.
absolutely gave it to the Washington football team. So but there's hope. At the end of the day, I
There's
think that's the big thing to take from it. There's hope for both of these teams. That's the big thing. Without Fitzpatrick, there's hope for Washington as well. Scary
yeah.
Terry looked great.
Oh, balled out.
Yeah,
He
man.
was spectacular. I uh I traded him in one of those leagues. I mean, at the time, I got James Robinson back for him. And James Robinson had his ups and downs. He
Hmm.
didn't start out strong last week, but I mean, I see hope for him. But
Yeah,
scary Terry, my gosh, over
yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
120 yards and a
yeah,
touchdown,
14 targets.
and he's still the
Um,
man. Another
mhm,
sleeper to put on the radar is Diami Brown.
I agree.
I yeah,
I agree.
with Curtis Samuel out, that guy
Hmm.
made some great catches. He has speed.
And
He
he's
high
been getting
pointed the
targets.
ball. He high pointed the ball over the defenders a few times.
Hmm.
If I could grab him, another person I drafted in Dynasty, but I just had too many people. I had to let him go. So
Yeah.
whoever picked him up, hey, you made a good pickup. Sad,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
crying.
yeah, I think there's gonna be, I think like I said, I think at the end of that game, what the biggest takeaway for all the fantasy players involved is hope. There's
Yeah,
definitely there's some life to both of these teams, and there's gonna be some fantasy relevance for the players. So definitely, you can feel a little bit better. Even Saquon had a good run. He's still not a great, explosion, but he got a run off. I think he got 86% of the snaps. They're getting him more acclimated. And like I said, if Danny Dimes continues to grow and get a little bit better, it's only going to be better for Saquon. I think that Saquon is going by the end of the year, he's going to be back to Saquon. That's what I believe right now. Do with that what you will. If you decide, you want if you trade him, if you're gonna trade for whatever, do with that what you will. But I truly
I've
believe that he still has the talent, and if that team continues to grow, then the sky is the limit because he's the one of the most talented running backs in the
yeah.
league.
I'm a little less optimistic on him this year, but more
Mm-hmm.
optimistic next year. I remember when Cook, when Cook from the Vikings, his first name,
Davin.
Dalvin.
Mm-hmm.
When Dalvin first attempted to come back, he didn't have such a stellar season. It was pretty much mediocre. But the
Yeah.
next year, he came and balled out. So I anticipate the same thing for Saquon. I may be wrong. The guy is a beast. He's a tank. One of his calves is the size of me.
Pretty
So I
much.
mean, I expect good
One
things from him. But
one of his calves is the size of a calf.
right, the size of a, of a calf. So I mean, I don't, and especially how the Giants season goes. Suppose they start off with a losing record. I don't see
Hmm.
them trying to work. I may see them trying to preserve him for next year. So you never know.
Definitely. But guys, while you're here,
Hey,
we wanna go ahead and remind you all guys to follow us on all of our social media
please follow
platforms.
us.
Guys, we are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Couch Champions Fantasy Football Podcast, Twitter at Champions Couch. It's a very unique name. Just go ahead and search it, you'll find us.
Just search
But
it, you'll find us.
look
Hey,
out for us, man.
and we drop in 2 episodes a week now. So
Two,
hey,
yeah,
lots of content in this
yeah.
fast moving environment, and we're doing our best to make sure that you can make your adjustments in time to dominate.
Absolutely. Listen, there's no time like the present. Jump in, tell your friends. Listen, we in the thick of it now. It's time to start winning. It's time to start doing what you got to do to dominate your league mates. And we here to help. So in
All
that
right.
vein, let's get to it.
Speaking about help, I'm excited for this week's matchups, man.
Yes, sir. Some
This is week
big
two.
matchups this week.
Yeah, and
Definitely a lot of fantasy replications, ramifications rather.
yes, and so let's start out with some neighbors, New
Mm-hmm.
England and New York.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another game that on the surface you may say, hey, maybe a boring game. I don't know who to play, but from last week's performances, I got some people who we could play. Started with Corey Davis. Started with Corey Davis. Did,
Man, yeah,
didn't I
Corey
speak
Davis.
on didn't I speak on him a few weeks ago? And I said, yo, he's demanding these targets. He's demanding the
Mm-hmm.
ball.
Mm-hmm. I
He looks
agreed
like a
then, and I
beast.
agree now.
He looks like a beast. So
If there's
start up
anyone from
start
the
with Corey
Jets, this
Davis.
Jets offense that you want to watch and have and own and play, it's Corey Davis. I
It's
mean, right
definitely Corey
now it's
Davis.
Corey Davis. Unfortunately, Elijah Moore. I still have high hopes for him. I still feel like he's going. I think it's going to be a bit of a slower kind of bring in for him as we go on throughout the season. I think we're going to see him get better and better. He had some big drops last week. But just gotta get over the mental hump. This is the NFL. He was playing in college. This is two different quality levels of football going on here. Let's let the rookie get used to it. But he's still a super talented wide receiver. In this game,
Definitely.
I'm not, like I said, for this game, that Patriots defense, Corey Davis is about the only guy I feel good playing. But
Yeah.
I'm just
Even
saying that
though
you can still stay comfortable. Don't drop Elijah Moore. Ride the
no,
wave. He's gonna
don't.
come around.
Yeah. In terms of running backs, if you got them, let's. My thoughts and prayers are for you. No one's emerged yet,
No.
but you may have to be patient. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, you got the rookie Michael Carter. If you got him at the end of your bench, let's
Yeah.
hold on to him. He may emerge later on. Tevin Coleman.
The problem is he's
Ah,
just the problem with Michael Carter is he hasn't served even in training camp he didn't rise up. He didn't show
no.
enough for them to if he didn't show enough for them to put him above Tevin Coleman,
Yeah,
then we should be afraid. We should
that's a
be
problem.
yeah we should be concerned for Carter. So I mean these guys I depending Michael Carter, I would give a week or two. Anyone else, listen, if you got to drop him,
Yeah.
feel free, except for more.
Let's let's talk about the New England.
Yeah.
Um, um, Aguilar, I think he's a bit banged up still, and
Yeah.
so I am going to start. I have full confidence in Myers this week, guys, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'm flexing them out. Of
I agree.
course, and now we got great quarterback play. Well, we have serviceable quarterback play, and
Mm-hmm.
Myers is a separator. I'm starting my Myers. On the
Yeah.
running back
Agreed.
side, Damian Harris. What do you think about him?
Damien, I mean, listen, I love the opportunity. I love the chance that he has right now. I am scared of the fumble because in the past we know how Bill Belichick feels about fumbling.
Eh,
Um, I'm just saying I'm not shying away. Play Damien Harris this week, definitely. You're playing him.
play
I'm
him.
not saying when I say I'm scared of it, I'm just saying watch out. Just
Well,
if
I
this
mean,
happens again in this game, he could be in some
and
problem.
we do have Ramondre Stevenson nipping at his heels.
But Ramondre fumbled with the first carry. He had the
He
game
al-
too.
he also fumbled
So
as well. So
they're in a position where I
I
mean
think they made an
they
agreement.
gotta
They made
play right
agreement.
now.
Hey, if I ever fumble, you got to fumble too. We're
Yeah,
best friends, just
we
like
should
just
work
like me and
together.
you, right, Theo?
Yes, right now exactly. Xander
Right, right.
fumbled, so we have to pick.
So we gotta, yeah, he fumbled the bag. We gotta pick up all the pieces.
We love you, Xander.
All
Um,
right. Who else?
yeah,
Who else
but
you
other than
would
that,
you start?
let's not. There's one more running back, James White. Now, you know, at the end of the day, this is not James White go and get him and
I was
play him
gonna say
take.
this is bold. This is
But
bold.
at the same time, you have to look at what they do on the field. You have to look at James White is almost that he's that hybrid player. Just like you mentioned Cordero Patterson the other day. James
Ah,
White is their number 2, 3 wide receiver on any given play.
yeah,
They draw plays for him all the way down the field, big plays. He's all over the place
yeah.
consistently. Just a guy to watch. PPR leagues,
Oh,
someone you got to play.
definitely.
I'm not saying PPR and deeper leagues. Sometimes you got to play some of these guys, and if you James White, you could do worse.
All right. Hey, we got a lot to get through, so let's
Yeah, let's hit it.
speed it up. Let's speed it
Mhm.
up. So Denver and Jacksonville.
Denver and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I, we're not. There's a couple of boom games this week. These first two. Not.
Well,
I mean, I'm
who do
not
you have?
too super excited, but listen, to me, play your Broncos in this
Which
game.
ones? I mean, definitely. Melvin Gordon looks strong. He looks stronger than you thought. Everybody wanted to fade him with the young rookie behind him, but hey, it looks as though he's playing for his job this year.
Yeah, yeah. I think Melvin Gordon is a play. I think you play Melvin Gordon if you have him for sure. I mean, I honestly, I'll be honest, and then this is a poor thing on my part because I know I was the Javante guy, in the offseason talking about him, but I
Yeah.
have not really. I feel like I just haven't seen either. He hasn't been. I mean, it was just one game last week, right? But
Uh,
I feel like I don't remember what he did.
I can't remember his carries, but I think it was a split,
It was a
maybe.
split. I mean, Melvin Gordon got a few more carries than him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I said in the offseason, it's gonna be a slower burn with Javante Williams. It's gonna be a while, especially with Melvin Gordon breaking off big runs still, and still
Exactly.
being a great running back. So
But
at the end of the day, I mean, I think I feel more comfortable playing Melvin Gordon at this time than
on the wide
Javante.
receiver side, what
Hmm.
do we do with Jerry Judy going down? Definitely Cortland Sutton. He gets
Hmm.
that bump up. But as a number two,
Listen, it's Tim Patrick. It's Tim Patrick.
Mr.
I
Tim,
think
Mr.
it's Mr. Ordinary,
Yeah,
Mr. Ho Hum, Mr. Sweater Vest, Tim Patrick.
I
I
think did
I
you
believe
did
it's
you
him.
win it? Did you put in a waiver and win him
I
last
did.
week?
I did.
Right.
I got him in the waivers this week. Listen, I think I had Tim Patrick in another league last year, and he was so under the radar good. Like last week for about 5 or 6 weeks in a row, he gave you about 15 to 16 points.
Last year. Yeah, that's
Last
true.
year, sorry, not last year. He's just
Yeah.
ho hum, just there doing it, getting targets,
I saw
being
that. I
successful.
picked up on it last year actually. You put him on my
Yeah,
radar.
yeah.
But this,
So
yeah, I don't know if it would be him or KJ Hamler that I really wanted to go
and
after. And
here
so
the thing about KJ Hamler is he's their big play guy. He's that big.
oh,
He is the definition of boom or bust to
right.
me right now. You can play him. You can take a risk. Is it possible that he gets breaks past someone and gives you a big play? It's
Right.
possible, but
Mm.
it's a risky play. It's a risky
Yeah.
play right now with KJ Hamler. I mean, Tim Patrick isn't, and it's not like he's without risk, but Tim Patrick gets more of the short yardage, more of those easy, quick passes that Teddy Bridgewater can just funnel to. I think he's the better play right now. So
Okay.
that's the guy that I feel more comfortable with
Do
going
you
forward.
think do you think Trevor Lawrence is gonna improve this year or this game?
I think I think he's going to improve. This Denver Broncos defense is weird because they got players. They got players all across this defense.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just they're not like the scary defense that I think that you would think they should be.
Mm.
With guys like Bradley Chubb,
Mm.
in that offense and in that defense, and the other guys. It's just I don't know. I still feel like I'm not scared
Hit or
to
miss.
attack this
Yeah.
defense. So
I
of the
am.
guys here, Trevor Lawrence, I'm not looking to play him, but
Yeah.
if you are in a situation where
One guy I got some confidence in playing is DJ Chark this week based on
oh
last
yeah,
week's
that yeah,
performance.
he's
Yeah.
surprised. Yeah,
Because he was
definitely.
slipping. He was slipping down the rankings and
Mm-hmm.
he showed up for his job.
Definitely the number one for that team.
Yeah.
Got had a big play down the field and had a fair share of targets as well. So yeah, I'm comfortable playing DJ Chark. Lavisca, I'm comfortable playing Lavisca as well. That short that yardage guy, that they use and all kind of different. They put him in the backfield. He's their Debo Samuel.
Yeah, he
So they
is.
they play him all over the field. I'm comfortable playing Lavisca tomorrow as well. I mean Sunday.
Okay, cool. Anybody
And
else to talk about?
in terms of the tight ends, Noah Fant,
Oh,
I think if you drafted him, you're playing him.
definitely
Um, Definitely feeling good about him, and I think the Judy injury helps him the most actually.
agree with that. I
Um,
agree with that.
so definitely a guy that you want to get in your lineup. And I just want to quickly mention, just because I had to notice this guy, O'Shaughnessy, James O'Shaughnessy,
I saw
for
you
the
picked him
Jaguars,
up.
in
What's
the
the
tight end.
secret?
Here's the thing: he got 9 targets last week.
Oh, I
Tight
missed that.
ends don't generally get nine
Get nine
targets.
targets. Seriously.
So,
Well,
just a guy to keep on the radar. Let's see what happens this week.
and you're right. I something I always picked up on is rookie quarterbacks rely on their tight ends, especially a veteran. Because I
Exactly.
think Alshon has been in the league a little while, right?
He has, yeah, I mean
Right.
about 5 years, I think.
Right.
So
Okay. Good.
definitely someone to keep your eye out for.
That's a good
But
nugget.
let's move on, man. This
Let's
game
move on.
now, I think is more exciting. I'm
This uh
excited about this one.
this a big boy game.
Yeah, in
Buffalo,
division,
Miami.
Buffalo, Miami. Listen, it's gonna be. I think this one could have has a chance to go to big numbers.
And you think Josh Allen. Let's talk about your boy Josh.
Hey, he had a rough start, but
Yeah.
Steelers defense is legit.
One of the best.
One of the
One of the
best in
best.
the league. We're looking at the Rams and the Steelers right now as the top two defenses in the league. So he did what he could. He still
Yeah.
didn't have a complete dud of a game, but Josh Allen this week, Dolphins is no slouch defense, mind you. They're
No, they
no
ain't.
slouch,
One of the
but at the
best.
same time, they're not the Steelers. I think Josh Allen is going to be fine. I mean, 100% you light him up. You had to draft Josh Allen in the fifth round, I think.
Yeah.
So you're lighting him up. Stephon Diggs, of course, definitely every week you're playing him. And then we come to the other wide receivers, and this is where it starts to get a little bit iffy. Um,
I wanted to ask about it.
I know you wanted to ask about it. Why?
Let's hear it.
Because you picked up Gabriel
I
Davis.
picked up Gabe. I was very shocked that you drop him.
Listen, and I'll tell you why I dropped him. I dropped him for a guy that we're gonna be talking about in a little bit. Osborne, KJ Osborne, I think
On the
is his name on
Vikings.
the Vikings.
Okay.
Here's the thing about Gabriel Davis. I think he's a talented guy.
Mhm.
I think it's I for some reason they're not trusting him in that offense yet.
Yeah,
Um,
but I do think
he's fourth in that depth chart. When you got to think it's Stephon Diggs, it's Cole Beasley, it's
and
Emmanuel Sanders,
they
it's
brought in
Gabe Davis.
Emmanuel Sanders. That's true.
Yeah, all of these guys have to get their targets. I mean,
That's true.
when are you gonna feel comfortable playing Gabe?
But as you
There's got to
said,
be an injury before him.
yeah, as you said,
Um,
they brought in Emmanuel. I
yeah,
thought that
right.
he Gabe
He was
Davis
sitting
he
there.
showed some talent last year,
He
and I
did.
thought that he would have been like, hey, let's do this, and then they brought him in, and I was like, okay, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. Emmanuel is now practicing fully now of that foot injury. He's back.
Yeah,
I mean, so I don't know. The Gabe Davis thing, I think he's a talented guy. I think in the future he definitely could have, especially if there's an injury. And
Okay.
if you can, like Sheldon, if you can grab him and just sit him on your bench, the thing about
Which I did.
in the league that Sheldon got him, he's not gonna play him. He's not. I mean, he doesn't have to play him right now. He can sit him
No.
on his taxi. He can sit him on the
Right.
bench for 5 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's the type. That's the to me. That's the type of team that drafts Gabriel Davis right now. You as an insurance policy
You're
to
right.
just have him sit there. I couldn't handle that right now. Right now, I needed to I needed to get players that were going to contribute now on my
Agree.
roster.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, and sometimes that's what you got to do. Mix your roster up, see where you are, and move accordingly.
Gotta do what you gotta
You
do.
got to do what you got to do. So to wrap that up, the wide receivers there, and it's always a toss up. The most comfortable one I think I'm playing after Stefan Diggs is Cole Beasley.
Yeah, surprisingly, he's still doing this thing. And I would play him flex. He's definitely flex worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk
So
about
let's
Miami.
talk
We
about
haven't
the
talked about their
Dolphins.
offense.
Yeah.
Let's
Um.
let's talk about
Still, it's
Waddle.
Waddle. I mean, I'm willing to flex out Waddle this
I
week.
I'll flex him out. What about Parker?
Parker. I don't know. I need to see what this offense is a little bit more. Last week,
It's a little nebulous.
yeah, it's still a little nebulous to see who is going to be doing what. Like,
Yeah.
who are the guys I can actually rely on in this offense.
Yeah, even a surprise stinker was Gasicki.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely. Hey, I have him ranked very high for the season. I still
hmm
expect him to be a top 10 tight end, but you got to see what they're doing. Right
I'm
now,
not
we don't
sure,
know.
Sherlin. I'm
Yeah,
just
we
not
don't
sure
know.
anymore. They have two other tight ends on that team that get play.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not like he's the guy on that team. Even catching the ball, they still have some there's other guy with the Irish name. I can't remember,
yeah.
but it's
We have to wait and
Shaheen or
see.
something. But
Oh,
this is
Shaheen.
yeah.
We got to wait and see with Miami. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's a wait and see for a lot of these guys. I think Miles Gaskin, you can play comfortably. I
Yeah.
think he's solidified himself as the main guy. All the Malcolm Brown scares, I think, were all for naught. Malcolm
No, that's
Brown
gone.
he's never gonna be a tough, scary person. Gaskin is the one on this team. He is the guy that's getting. He even got some goal line touches last week. So if
Mhm.
you're gonna, you're rolling out Gaskin 100%.
All right, let's
Um,
roll. Let's
in
let's let's
terms of
keep.
Tua,
Oh, let's
just
talk about
quickly,
Tua.
just quick. I don't there isn't much that needs to be said. That Bills defense is really good.
So
Um,
you fade to
I'm
Tua this
fading
week.
Tua this week. I
Okay.
want to watch again. I want to watch again to see what's gonna happen.
All right. Well, let's move on to a guy that I am not fading, who
Oh
was
boy.
also Tua's teammate. Is let's talk about Mr. Hertz, the Philly
Mhm.
San Francisco game.
Mhm.
I watched the San Francisco tape last week, and I am
Mhm.
not afraid of that defense. I'm fully
Yeah.
confident. I'm fully
Agreed.
confident in starting Hertz and a few other pieces. I am going to start Rager. Of course, I'm going to start Smith. Miles Sanders looks awesome. So I'll say fire up your Eagles. Goddard.
I mean, I will just keep an eye out. Miles Sanders has been dealing with an injury and training and in practice this week.
Oh,
So
I
just
didn't
keep
see
an eye
that.
out for that.
Well, another person, Mr. Gainwell. He's a rookie. He's their third round down back. He got a touchdown last week.
hmm Someone else
Hey,
to watch for sure.
yeah, I
Um,
saw you picked him up in another league too. I see you. I see you, Mr.
yeah,
Theo.
man. Listen, man. Sometimes you gotta doubt, and in that league that I picked him up, that was the Gabriel Davis situation for me there.
Right,
I needed just another running back just to hold on my bench and just see what's gonna happen.
right.
And I
So
think he's the perfect situation right now for that dude. That you
that
do not want to be playing Kenneth Gainwell right now. I don't think. I think you want to watch
no,
a little bit more to see what's gonna happen.
agree. But if Miles Sanders doesn't play, fire
Yeah.
him up.
Oh, yeah.
Fire him
Yeah,
up.
if something that's happened to Miles Sanders though, Kenneth Gainwell, I think is
Yeah.
going to be great. He already supplanted Boston Scott in the depth
Boston
chart.
Scott, yeah, brand new.
So
And this
I'm
guy
fired
has
for him.
hands. I've been
Mhm.
watching him all summer. I think he was a converted wide receiver, and
Mhm.
he is. They put him in as the third down back, regardless. While Sanders was still healthy.
Multiple times,
Yeah,
he's been stated as the best catching running back in the draft. In that
yeah.
draft, the draft that just happened, yeah.
So
So
I anticipate this week's game on both sides. Let's talk about San Francisco. I anticipate this to
yeah,
be
listen, we got to talk about this one guy. And listen, man. At some point, we're gonna get this thing working where we can start having some musical chops. But
yeah.
whatever you want, just listen. I don't know what he went for in your league, but man,
Oh,
Elijah Mitchell.
Mr. Mitch.
dude, I don't know, man. I've been playing fantasy for a while. I mean, this first week, the money drops for Elijah Mitchell have
Money,
been
money, money.
insane.
Hey,
People putting up 100 of their fab,
I thought I was a
91,
big spender in my league. I spent 55, and of course, someone spent 56.
56.
And I was the most owner. And so I don't know.
Ah,
I
listen, man.
the thing is in that league is I had Trey Sermon as insurance already.
Hmm.
And so I still think that I may end up winning if Trey Sermon actually shows up and shows that he should be the next one in line.
I think you could too, Sherlin. This
Okay.
is one of the reasons why I said it last week. I'm not all in on just dropping your whole purse
Right.
on Elijah Mitchell. There's a lot of question marks. Trey Sermon is gonna be in this game.
Yeah.
Jermichael Hasty's still there.
He got a
These
touchdown, I
guys,
think I saw.
he got a touchdown. He was their goal line back last week.
Wow.
This There's a rotation, guys. This is a rotation.
Yeah.
I don't think any for like the I think because they run the ball so well, I think we get super excited about these guys. But at the same time, you could end up it's a scary proposition because yes, Elijah Mitchell, I believe he's gonna be the first guy on the field this week.
But
But
I must say, he looks good.
he looks good.
Because
He looks good.
I rewatched the tape, and of course, I got to see Mostert on his runs, and oh, it hurt my heart. Mostert
Yeah,
looks so good.
yeah. It
He
hurts to
looks
see that.
so good.
Hmm.
But when I saw Mitchell, I was like, I see why they like this guy. This guy is Mostert 2.0.
Yeah, a hundred
And
percent.
A, I'm not injured, and so that's a
I'm
plus.
not injured for
That's a
now.
plus.
This is
For
the
now, this
49ers.
is the
So,
49ers.
we gotta take it with a grain of salt. But
So
yeah, I mean, listen, Elijah Mitchell, you're definitely rolling him out there. Sermon, I think you need to watch. I don't think it's too
you
risky to
don't,
try and
yeah,
play
you don't
Sermon
start
this
him
week.
right now.
No,
You
he
have
was
to
a healthy
see.
scratch last week, so you gotta watch. You gotta to protect
Yeah,
your team. On
yeah.
the wide receiving side, um, I'm hearing Ayuk is gonna have his
I,
role back. I'm
I
hearing it
heard
was
that
all
too.
injury related. There's so many different kind of news reports that came out. Something
Because
else
I heard
came
the
out that
opposite.
Shanahan said.
I heard it was more of a attitude type of thing.
I think it's a mixture of both. I
Okay.
really think it's a mixture of both. A report came out just today that said, "Oh well, it was yeah, a lot of it was the hamstring issue as well."
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're gonna. It's definitely something worth monitoring, but at the
Right.
same time, Ayuk is a risky play.
Risky. Yeah.
He's
You don't
just like
know.
Sermon is from
Of
last week.
course.
Yeah,
Fire up
pause
Debo Samuel.
Debo all the way. you
Um.
know, Go ahead, Kittle
Because
every week, of course, and Garoppolo.
I'm fading him because your
Yeah,
boy Trey Lance can easily come in again on the goal
agreed,
line. And
agreed.
right. So do not play your Garoppolo. Let's
All
move on.
right, let's move on to the greatest team in the league
Well,
after the Sunday night game.
I can only agree with you because it has one of the
Woo!
greatest receivers on the league, Cooper Cup. I love me some Cooper Cup.
Listen, man, the Rams versus the Colts. Um, I was
So,
so happy, as a Rams fan, I was so happy to see Stafford come out and be everything we wanted to see.
woo,
He was
ballin'.
so efficient, so just masterful in that offense. Just you know, he was able to put
He
it
looks like
together.
he's brand new and not in a
Yeah,
bad way. Like
yeah.
he looks like a second year quarterback who
Mm-hmm.
just won a rookie of the year and now he's coming to go for that MVP.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
afraid. I'm afraid of this team, honestly.
Listen, I can't wait to see them. They've been getting some tough defenses. Colts is also a tough defense. I can't wait to see them against a Philly
Well, not
defense.
as tough as I
Um,
thought they were going to be though.
no, you're right. You're right. They're not
Because
like shut down, lock down, run away from them if you're
because
playing against them. No.
right.
I'd say fire up all your Rams this week. I'm
Yeah,
not
fire him
scared.
up. Mr. Woods.
Considering that it's how good Stafford was.
Yeah.
Cooper Cup definitely. You're playing him every week. Robert Woods is someone I want to talk about. Definitely he had a lower game last week. That can happen in this
Which he
offense.
does.
That has happened.
That's part of him. That's
He caught
baked
a
into him.
touchdown to save the week though, so you were happy at the end of it. But listen, it's gonna be a fluctuation between these guys, but these are the two main guys. You're playing Cooper Cup and Robert Woods every week, 100%.
What about Mr. Henderson?
Henderson, I'm rolling him out, man. He had a really high snap share. He had
Yeah, but
84%
I
of the
mean,
snaps still.
he got a touchdown. He got about 60 yards. It was a
Hmm.
bit underwhelming, but I mean, definitely an RB2, RB3 or flex. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I mean that bit. Like I said, this Bears defense is still really good. So for him to be able to do that against them,
Right,
and as a flex, yeah, I agree with you, Sherlin. As a flex, definitely.
right.
I'm happy to roll Henderson out. The other guy that to talk about there is Higby, and I think we
Yes,
do need to mention Higby. Higby is a sleeper tight end this season.
I agree. I
He
agree.
can be he can end in the top five, guys. He's a
Especially,
big boy.
especially with Stafford there, because
Yeah.
last week you saw Stafford air it out, but
Mm-hmm.
remember Stafford also has a little bit of dink and dunk in him,
He does. He
and
does.
hey, Higby is the guy.
Higby is the guy. He is
He's
the
a big
guy.
boy.
Gerald
He's a
Everett
big
out of
boy.
the way.
Yep.
So listen, I'm firing up Higby every week now as a top tight end.
All right.
With the other tight ends you're looking at, there's just not a whole lot of guys you can have a whole lot of
You're right.
comfortability, and so
All
firing
right.
them up. On the Colts side, um,
I saw some
uh,
injuries.
yeah, man, I didn't. Pittman is
Pittman's
injured.
questionable. Pascal is questionable.
Pascal, yeah, I mean, I think these
Fire
guys.
up your fire up your mic strong.
Let's not. I
I
mean, listen.
no, honestly,
Don't fire him up, but
honestly, I
get him on your roster.
in a deeper league. We spoke about him before. In a deeper league, I went looking and somebody had him. I don't even think they know what they
Hmm.
have on their hands. If I could get me some Mike Strong, he has a chance to show off. Mike Strong, do this for me.
Listen,
Do this
man.
for me, and
Listen,
I
man.
got a
Listen.
conch snack for
You
you.
know we want to shake the cowbells for our boy. So listen,
Please,
Mike.
boy. Mike, I got a conch snack fired
Mike,
up for
come
you, boy.
on,
Do this
baby.
for
Come
me,
on. Get on
please.
that field. Show them what you can do.
This is
But
your
at the same
opportunity.
time, guys, even not as homers for our Bohemian boy, I think you need to roster Mike Strong. Find a way to get him on your team if you can.
Yeah,
I know in redraft it'll be tough because the benches are a little bit shorter. I don't say you have to go out of your way to do it, but if you can do it, you never know. Mike Strong showed out in the preseason. He had a great training camp. He's tall, man. He's
six
tall. He's
four.
long. He can do it. So,
Hey,
just we're just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
let's
Don't
put it
say
out
we
there.
didn't tell
He
you.
could be a sleeper.
Don't say we
All
didn't
right.
tell you.
Who
You're
else on the
playing
NC
Jonathan
side? You're
Taylor.
playing your JT. What about
Definitely.
Hines? Hey, Hines
Um,
did. Hines always had a strong game. The first game. What do you do? The second
yeah,
game. What do you do?
yeah. Listen. Some people may probably have to play him. There's not a whole lot of great running backs right
Yeah.
now. I'm not. I'm trying not to play him. I'm trying to find a way to not play him this week, just
Flex worthy
because.
though.
Yeah, flex worthy, but let's remember the Ram. Like we said, the Rams are
Oh,
the
that
top
defense.
defense
Yeah, that's the top
in the
defense.
league. So it's
Okay.
gonna be tough. If you need to play him, temper your expectations. But yeah, other than that, definitely sit Wentz. We're not playing Wentz this week. Not up against
I'm
Donald.
glad you brought it up because Wentz didn't stink, but for fantasy, he's not gonna win you a week. Um,
No, no,
yeah,
I don't think
and
so.
I think he's doing a little bit of protecting himself, and the coaches are protecting him.
We have,
They're
yeah.
not gonna give him any tricky task or
Hmm.
anything complex.
We have to remember this is a growing offense too. This is their first season together, working through a whole lot of kinks. I think they're gonna potentially get better as we go, but as of right
Yeah,
now, yeah, right
wait
now
and
you want
see,
to
wait
watch
and
out for
see.
those guys.
All right, let's
Let's
move
move
on.
on. Um,
Let's move on to I call this guy smoking and mirrors Derek Carr because
ah,
he sucks enough to say he sucks, but then he's good enough to say he's good. And last week,
that's
he
a
did.
really good. That's a really that's a really good way of
Yeah.
putting it because I just never know what to think about Derek
And
Carr,
last
man.
week he sucked for a half, and then he was good for a half, right?
Crazy. It's just
So,
crazy.
but
Derek
against
Carr. I mean, he
but
put up a really good start line last
a
week
really good stat line.
against a
Um,
tough Baltimore Ravens defense.
but against
It's
Pittsburgh,
not gonna happen this week.
Pittsburgh, nah,
Nah,
son,
nah,
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 son, nah,
nah.
son. But
Josh Jacobs is officially out.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
Kenyon
I
Drake may
can't
get
give
an
you a name to
opportunity.
play. Darren Waller. Darren Waller.
Oh,
Darren
come
Waller.
on.
Darren Waller.
Yes,
You're
come
playing
on.
him. We don't even have to say it. I
No,
heard Josh Gruden made a statement saying he's the best player he ever coached.
yeah, he's been
Um,
saying that. He's in love with him.
Listen, you're playing Darren Waller every week. He's a monster. 19 targets. What do
Yeah.
you? I mean, listen. No,
Hey,
no questions asked. Nothing to
no
talk about.
questions asked.
Steelers offense. I am concerned. Um,
Especially
Listen,
you had Big Ben in one in the league, eh?
I do. I mean, I do have him. I mean,
Yeah.
I may not have him for too much longer. But I don't know, man. I just don't know what to say. I mean, the Raven, the last, say last,
The Pittsburgh Steelers and Las
no,
Vegas
I mean
Raiders.
the Raiders. the Raiders defense is someone you usually want to target,
Yeah,
but I just Deontay Johnson. I think you can play him.
of course, of course.
You're definitely playing Najee. You know, I'm hoping to get a better game out of him this week.
I
Um,
am in some leagues. I'm looking to try to get Claypool if I can get him.
I would agree. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
because
Claypool is a
they
breakout guy.
use him behind the line. They just give
Hmm.
him some handoffs, and this guy is like
He's
powerful.
electric.
Yeah, he's
He's
electric.
electric. Juju, I haven't liked Juju for a long time now.
Me neither.
He's all
No.
right. He's there. You know, if you need to play him, I'd say you can feel comfortable, but you know, it's tough. It's just tough
So what
to
do you
any of these guys.
to close this out? A high scoring game, low scoring game. I think this is going to be a low scoring
This is gonna be a
game.
low scoring game.
Yeah,
I think this is gonna be a tough
yeah,
one to see points in.
yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Um, Bengals versus the Bears. The
Yeah,
Bears.
the
Um,
Bears.
yeah. I mean, I will say, Joe Burrow and the squad were very surprising last week.
They look good.
For all of the oh man, the offseason scary and everyone, oh, the offense is looking bad in training camp and Jamar Chase not catching the ball, and then they step on the field and Jamar Chase is the one,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
balled out.
beating guys down the field and just like being exactly what he's supposed to be. You know.
What's also good is that Higgins, who I was very fearful for, still was getting play, still
Mhm.
got his touchdown, still got some
Mhm.
yards, and so
Mhm. I was
um
worried. I only think Higgins in the league myself. I was a
yeah,
little bit worried because he got all of a sudden I hear he got carted off the field. I'm like, when did this happen?
yeah,
Apparently he's
yeah,
just a little dehydrated, just need a little IV drip. Sometimes it
yeah.
happens to this guys on in the hot games. He's fine.
Yeah,
You're
and
rolling out T
Mixon,
Higgins 100%.
Mixon did his Mixon thing.
Oh
A ton of
man,
opportunities.
listen, Mi- those the Nixon naysayers might be in for it this season. If
Nah,
last week was anything to say from, listen, I that was his most impressive performance that I think he's had as a professional. So
possibly,
good,
but like I told you,
all the carries.
my eyes are closed on Mixon. I had him maybe a few years ago, and nah.
Listen, bro, I see, and I think you might end up eating your words there. I really think Mixon could be in for a breakout season if he's
Okay,
on the field. Mind you, he has to not get injured. I think if he doesn't get injured, then the
yeah,
sky is the limit for this guy this year.
okay. What about the Chicago
But
side of the
other than
ball?
that, Tyler Boyd, we can play
Boyd,
the
yeah, let's.
RIP.
You think so? No, I just think he didn't. It wasn't a Boyd game.
You think so? You
Yeah,
feel comfortable rolling them out still?
not really. That's why I don't have him.
Yeah,
But
I mean
that's
I
baked
mean
in.
he's the slot guy. I think he's gonna have better. He's gonna have some good games. Gonna have some tough games. It's gonna be hard to know when. You
Yeah.
know, I think he's a guy that you in the back of your flex you can be feel comfortable with just about every week.
Yeah,
Um,
let's jump over to the Chicago side.
yes, the Chicago Montgomerys.
Whew, that boy looks good.
Oh yeah,
I
against my
know I
Rams defense, he
whoo,
was
he looks so strong,
balling.
strong with a K.
Listen, and this was the biggest gripe that we always have with him, right? The tough defenses. The
Yeah,
tough defenses has always been, oh, okay, whenever there's a tough defense, you have to sit him. Nope, the
that and
guy has
he
found his
caught the
stride.
ball as well.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
that
I'm
boy looks
so
good.
Montgomery. This is a guy that I'm definitely excited to own in leagues, and I'm excited about his career in general. Just because I've been hyping him up since he came in the league, I've been behind him all the way. Happy to see
Well,
him finally come to fruition, and hopefully he can stay on the field, stay healthy, so we can
s-
see what his true potential is. But
speaking
listen,
about staying on the field, I'm excited to watch Andy Dalton's last game because I think this is his last
uh,
game.
I
I really
agree.
do. I
I
really do.
agree. I agree. Listen, if he can't do it against the Bengals, then I
Yeah,
mean,
that's it.
they have no choice. The
That's it.
fans are gonna run that field, that whole stadium down, and like,
Yeah,
force them to play Justin Fields. But yeah, if Andy Dalton doesn't have a good game and they don't win,
that's it.
yeah, it's gonna be Fields.
All right, let's talk about those weapons and move on.
Allen
Allen
Robinson,
Robinson,
yeah, man, go
of
right
course,
ahead, do
yeah.
it. Mooney is
Any
a
what?
watch.
Mooney is a watch
Mooney is a
in
watch.
redraft.
He's this week we're expecting something because this Bengals defense is attackable. They are not a scary defense.
Which you like to say, but that D line, that D line looks good.
Yeah,
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 that D line. I watched the game last
but
week. That D line looks
they're
awesome.
beatable in the secondary though, and Mooney is a burner.
Yeah, I
So
agree. I agree. All right.
we want to see that. So hopefully we can see that come to fruition. So keep an eye out. I think that's about it.
Let's yeah, let's move on. Houston against Cleveland. Let's start with the stronger guys, which is Cleveland. I totally expect a blowout. And
Me too.
so start your Chubb and start your Hunt.
Yeah. Houston, we're sorry. I hope last week was fun. I hope you enjoyed it all. It was
Because
great to see to actually blow out a team. Wasn't that fun?
yeah,
Now, now it's time
now
to
there's
sit
some
down
real
again.
competition. I expect
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield to do well. I
Yeah.
would I would flex him out this week.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. And a super flex, I mean, that definitely Baker Mayfield is a great ad. Um,
Um, and let's talk about Cooks. Was it you or was it Xander who was hating against Cooks? I think it was Xander.
no, it was Xander. It was Xander
Cooks
definitely.
Cooks
Me,
showed his
I know
butt
better than
off.
to, and that this is what I was saying. I think when we were talking about it in the offseason,
Yeah,
let's not be too hasty. Every time when Cooks is on the field, he's good.
he's
His
great.
problem has been injuries and
Just
concussion.
injuries. He
That
showed
has been
off.
the issue. But when he's been every team he's played for, he's been excellent.
Yeah.
So
So
I
hey, roll
mean,
out your
it's
Cooks.
only gonna
Do you see
continue.
anybody else behind him? I saw a few names. Um
Um,
I can't
Behind
remember.
Cooks,
Yeah,
no,
behind
not
Cooks.
anyone that's worth. I
Oh,
mean, Nico Collins maybe, but I no. I
let's
mean,
bring up Big Trust. Well, that's not Big Trust, but Mark Ingram. Hey, let's watch him. Let's watch him. It may be a mirage, but
they still have three guys on that running back.
they
That
still
running
do.
back.
But suppose they choose to use him again, and then use him
Yeah,
again, and then
you
use
have
him
to. But
again.
Shirley, the game script is the only reason that he got that much run. The 26
Good
attempt.
observation.
It
Which
was the game
they will
script.
be behind this game.
They're
So
gonna be
yeah,
behind, and they're gonna be behind in most games. I
that's
expect
true.
David Johnson to be the guy in this game. Honestly, I
Oh
think
well,
he's
that
gonna get more run. I think they're gonna need to throw the ball more.
okay.
Um,
That gives me confidence because I have him in another league, and I was like, why did I pick
I'm
him up?
I'll
Why?
flex David Johnson this week, honestly, just because I do feel he's gonna garner some targets. They're gonna have to find the ways to get through in this offense in this game.
That's okay. That's a pro
So
tip. That's a pro tip.
definitely look out for that.
All
On the
right.
Brown side, OBJ is out. Um,
Thank goodness.
who knows what's happening there, man? I have no idea.
And
But
I only say that not as a hater, but just so you don't have to linger on that decision.
yeah,
Just let him be out. Let him watch from the
yeah.
sideline. Let him do his dancing, and you don't have to worry about that. I'm
Ja-
sorry if you have
um,
OBJ.
Jarvis Landry is a full rollout.
Oh yeah,
I think Jarvis Landry of these there's these guys like that we've mentioned already, right? Like Tyler Boyd, like these other kind of wide receivers that's like, you throw him in there every week and see what happens.
he's a
I
full
think Jarvis
upgrade.
Landry is sitting at the top of that list. So sometimes
Another
I think it's like a scary thing to like play these kind of guys. You just don't know if you get the boom.
yeah,
Jarvis Landry is this guy that is on the higher end.
yeah.
His floor is even higher than your average nice floor.
I agree.
So I think you're playing Jarvis Landry every week. You find a way to get him in your flex.
Agree. Someone I forgot to bring up for our waivers is David Njoku. And it's
Hmm.
because, of course, we've been speaking about his potential for years,
For
but
years.
I don't know. He looks as though he's coming to do something this year. So
Let's
keep him on
watch
the
this
radar.
game. Let's watch this game.
Yeah,
We have to remember Hooper is still there. That their other tight end is still there. These guys, that could have just been in the Joku week. This week it
maybe,
could be another
maybe.
tight ends week.
All right.
We'll see what happens, but definitely someone to keep an eye on because Njoku is super athletic, super talented, and he's still on this team, still gonna be getting targets. So
All
definitely
right.
someone to watch.
Let's speed through. Speed through. New
Speed,
Orleans and Carolina.
New Orleans, yeah.
Hey,
Um,
Jameis.
hey,
If
Jameis,
famous, hey, you look good, buddy.
he did,
Now,
he did,
it
he
wasn't
did.
a ton of passes, but you were very
Not a ton.
accurate.
He was very efficient,
Yeah,
accurate,
you're
no
very accurate.
turnovers.
No turnovers. My
Look at
gosh.
that.
Look at
The
you,
LASIK
big
works.
boy.
The eye surgery, whatever. Listen, it works. Listen, he needs. I don't know if he has that endorsement yet. My man needs to go out and get it. But in terms of this offense, I do want to talk about one guy that I think is going to be under the radar, and that is Marquez Callaway. I think listen, Jair Alexander, the cornerback for the Green Bay Packers, is
Yeah,
legitimately one of the best. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the league.
I
He shut.
saw.
If you look
Yeah,
at
I
what he
saw
did
people
to
fading him off for one
look at what
game.
he did to number one wide receivers last year,
Right.
barely anyone, the best of the best, could barely get a catch with him.
Yeah.
So Marquez Callaway, rookie last year, second year in the league, He's the one for this team, still the one for this team, but he got shut down. Understandably so. Let's not forget that he is still the one for this team.
Agree.
I think he's in for a lot of targets this game, and I think he has a high percentage chance catching a touchdown.
All right.
A guy I'm
Hey,
definitely looking to flex out this week.
and you start your Kamara, of course.
Oh yeah,
You start your
like you
Kamara.
start your Kamara.
So
Other than
Callaway,
that,
Kamara.
don't fall prey to the Tyron Johnson or the Deontay Harris or any like that.
No,
All that was all game script. They were in the red zone a lot. Those guys were lucky enough to catch touchdowns. Do not play.
let's talk about Carolina. Weapons upon weapons.
Oh
The,
man, all
the
the
only thing
weapons.
is sometimes you just don't know which one to start. But let's make it
Yeah,
easy. Let's keep it easy. Start Christian McCaffrey. I
of
have to
course.
say it, of course.
Yeah,
Start
of
Christian
course.
McCaffrey.
Start Christian McCaffrey. Start DJ Moore.
It's DJ
Um,
Moore. Now, when it comes to Robbie Anderson, Terrence Marshall,
one target for Robbie Anderson last week is scary, man.
yeah.
It has a lot of us on our heels for that
But
one
it's
time.
but
It
it's
was a
but it's how
touchdown.
he earned his bones in the Jets. He would give you nothing until it came down to the final quarter, and he would give you a 80 something yard touchdown, and
Yeah,
he would give you something. So I would still roll him out. I'd still roll out the
yeah.
Robbie
It's definitely a wait and see.
again.
I mean, not a wait and see, but I think I would. I agree with you. I'd roll out
Yeah,
Robbie too.
I'd expect this to be a high scoring game. New Orleans has a great defense,
I
but
don't know, man. It's the Saints. They shut down the Packers last week, dude. You really think the Panthers can like
the
score a
thing
lot on them?
is, the thing is, I they have to adjust for Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey changes your defense a little bit,
He
and
does.
yeah,
He does.
um,
I don't know if I expect a high score on one, but I'm not saying that I'm scared of all Panthers. I'm still
okay,
rolling out these guys. Definitely.
okay, all
Let's
right,
move
that's
on to what I think could be the highest scoring game of the week.
interesting.
100%. I think it could be the Cardinals versus the Vikings.
Well, based off last week,
Um,
I have to agree.
listen, targets galore, all
Targets,
sorts of big name guys, and I don't know anyone. I'm trying to not play on any of these teams right now. Um,
even the rookie Moore, Rondale Moore.
Rondale, I'm willing to flex out Rondale.
Yeah,
He looked
I
pretty
would.
good.
He look
He
good. He
looked
look
pretty good
great.
last week.
He look great.
I'm definitely willing to. But if I can put him on the bench, I am, just because there are still these other guys, and you still want to see how much of a role he can carve out.
Okay, on
But
the
let's
main,
let's start with the Cardinals then. So I mean, Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray,
of course.
right? That's what we were wondering about in the offseason. Are they gonna stop running him so much? Is he gonna stop stealing touchdowns from his running backs? No, no, he's
Yeah,
not. He's gonna continue to do that. But that doesn't mean that Chase Edmonds is. I think Chase Edmonds is still the guy to own in this offense because of his pass catching chops, and his RBIQ.
yeah,
I just think he had a good game last week. It's not blow up. It wasn't blowout,
yeah.
but he had a good game.
It's less
Um,
worthy.
and I think this week though he's definitely in for an even better game against this Vikings front.
That's a strong
Um,
call.
I think so, man. I mean, with the pass catching, with these things, I think he's gonna find his way, and
Okay,
I think he's gonna be successful. So I'm definitely playing Chase this week.
on the Minneapolis. Am I saying it right?
You got it. You got
Vikings.
it. We got there. We got there. Good job.
Vikings on the Viking side. Hey,
Yeah, man.
Justin Jefferson still shows that hey, he's not a mirage. This guy is good.
He's good.
Of
He's good.
course, Thielen is still showing. I am also still good. I am also the beast that I used to be.
Yep.
So, and they keep it simple over there. You start them and you start your Dalvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the quarterback on the quarterback side, is he worth flexing out? Is
I'm
he?
I'm willing to. I'm
Yeah,
willing to.
I think so.
I'm willing to, man. Kirk Cousins. I think, like I said, here's the thing. Chandler Jones. You know,
Yeah,
can these guys stop Chandler Jones?
that's
This
what
is
I'm afraid of.
this is a man on a mission, and I think the thing that gets kind of swept under the rug, the reason that was able to happen, I think, was JJ Watt. I think JJ Watt.
I
I think
thought,
they I
yeah,
think they had to pay so much attention to him that Jones is able to get out so much and get those 5 sacks.
yeah, because
But
what ain't a slouch. He's just
he's
older, but he's
he's a
not a
little bit
slouch.
older, but he's
Yeah.
still got some oil in the tank for sure.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, but the other guy, I said we were gonna mention him at least one time before we go, is Osborne. Um,
Yes.
he, I think, is an interesting guy to watch. I'm not playing Osborne this week.
Mm,
But They played a lot. I don't know if this offense has changed. They played a lot of three wide receiver sets last week. Kyle Rudolph is gone. Irv Smith is down. You
Yeah.
know, they're playing Conklin now. You know, Tyler Conklin, who's fine enough, but he was never able to make a name for himself.
No, ever.
I think right now they are trying out this whole three wide receiver set thing, and if this is going to be a staple of their team,
Hmm.
Osborne I think could have some value.
Okay.
So that's
Good.
why I drafted him in a few leagues. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen. Let's
Okay.
wait out and see. You know, the chances are that it's not gonna be super successful on a week to week basis. But
Yeah.
if
Worth
someone goes
watching.
down, he has a
Worth
chance
watching.
to step up. So keep your eye out for Osborne.
All right. Moving on. Atlanta and Tampa Bay.
And this is the other game. No, no, I lie. No, never mind. Um,
Um, I am hoping. I'm hoping that Atlanta shows some life this game.
me too.
For everybody that owned Pitts, for everybody who had faith in Matt Ryan, because
Hmm.
by hook or crook he gets about 5,000 yards.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, but he's had Julio
he's
for
had
many many
Julio,
years.
and for the Calvin Ridley owners, hey,
Hmm.
I am just praying blessings upon you guys because I really want to see those guys do something in the league. It's no fun with you guys sucking like you did last week. So against
Listen,
Tampa
man.
Bay, that has a great defense. I just
Yeah,
want you to show some life. I don't expect you to go crazy. Just show some life.
no, no, and I think that's exactly what I'm expecting, Sherlin. That I think the Falcons are gonna continue to stay aggressive on them.
Right.
The way to get to these guys is not on the floor, is in the air. Not on the
Agreed.
ground, is in the air. Mike
Agreed.
Davis, I'm trying to sit this guy. I'm not even
Gosh.
I'm not even like trying, I'm not even thinking about him right now. It's
Mr.
all about
Patterson, he was one of my waiver recommendations. I would be willing to roll him out.
I mean, I would not be willing to roll him out, but I'd be willing to own him on my bench and see what happens.
Okay.
Um, like you said, this is the week that we're hoping to see something, even against this great defense from
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
These are the guys that we want to see some signs of life from. Um,
We could keep it simple on the Tampa side. Start everybody.
yeah, yeah.
you
I don't
start
know who
er-
you're
you,
not starting.
you start everybody.
Even Leonard Fournette and
Even
Rojo.
Leonard Fournette, even
Yeah,
Ronald Jones.
yeah.
Bruce Arians gave a little confidence boost to Ronald
Mm-hmm.
Jones and said
Yep.
he's a starter.
He is the starter.
If
Yeah,
you have him, one or two of these guys, you have to start them.
yeah. Play all of Tampa Bay. You're gonna
Yeah.
be fine.
And
Uh,
here's my game of the week.
mm-hmm.
Not that, and not just because I'm a Titans fan,
Not just really. You sure? You
but
sure it's not just cause?
two of the crappiest defenses of last year are going against each other, and two of the strongest offenses of last year are going against each other.
Fair point.
This is the game of the week for me. This is the game of
Fair
the week.
point. I think yeah, I agree with you though. I think this is gonna be a barn burner. I think this is
Woo-wee!
going to be strike for strike.
Oh
Listen,
my!
at like you said, long story start. I don't know who you're not playing.
You starting
Um, I
everybody.
don't know who you're not playing.
I'm
Start
starting
them
to
up.
start the water boys and all.
So if you can, if you have a water boy league, listen, get them in.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the snap back from the Titans this week. I think it was just a rough start to the season. I think they're
I
still
think so
getting
too.
their legs beneath them. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta think their offensive coordinator is new. Julio is
Yeah.
new. This offense has changed.
And
It's a
Taylor
lit,
Lewan is coming back from a season-ending injury last year.
right. Yeah. There's a lot. Chandler Jones. Listen. What can we
Ate his
say?
lunch.
Crazy game.
Yeah.
I do not expect that again. Tannehill has been excellent. It's been super efficient with them since he started. I don't think that's gonna continue.
Yeah.
So roll them out, guys, with with full confidence. Julio
And
Jones,
then,
AJ Brown,
yeah,
and of course Derrick Henry. Don't
of
worry about
course.
Derrick Henry.
Don't
If
worry
you're a
about him.
Derrick Henry owner, come on, by now you
Yeah.
should know. Keep rolling them out. It's
And on the
gonna be
other
good.
side, we have first half of the season, Russell Wilson, electric. And that's going to
Listen,
continue.
like I said, check your time. Is it still
As,
first half of the season?
yeah,
We're
he
still way
always
enough
has
close.
that MVP rush for this first half. I expect him
Mm-hmm.
to show off. So
Mm-hmm.
start your Tyler
Yep.
Lockett, start your
Yep. We know
Metcalf.
DK had an off game last week. Listen, roll him out. It's gonna be fine. It's
Yeah,
gonna
let's
be
roll him
fine.
out.
Start them all out.
Chris Carson, roll him
Chris
out.
Carson, roll him out, man.
And Everett, he had a nice touchdown. I'm glad to
Yep. I
see
think yeah, someone we're
I'm,
talking about.
I think he has some sleeper potential.
He's the main tight end for this team.
Yeah,
The coach Pete Carroll is already, he's been glowingly talking about him
yeah,
since the offseason.
yeah.
I'd say, if in a pinch you can roll out Gerald Everett.
I agree. All right, let's move
Um,
on.
So the Cowboys and the Chargers. This is another. Listen, this 4 o'clock slate
This 4 o'clock. I'm gonna have
is
every device in my house on.
awesome.
Yeah,
The 1 o'clock is hit or miss, but the
yeah.
4 o'clock slate of games is gonna be super great. And this one I think is not gonna disappoint either, because the Cowboys defense is worse this week than it was last week. It was, Demarcus Lawrence is out now with a broken foot.
I heard that.
Listen,
Jeez.
listen.
Well,
It's gonna
like
be
I
all about
say, I
offense this
don't
week.
I don't praise injuries, but hey, Dak,
No, no, not president for sure, but hey,
Dak,
yeah,
Dak
man.
is going to have to again put the team on his back. He's going to throw for 6,000 yards this game. This one game.
That's one game. He's
This one
gonna
game.
break all the records for the
Every
history of football.
and
But
of
no, I
course,
think you once again you're rolling everyone out that you can in this game. I'm
yeah,
excited about this game. CD Lamb, Amari Cooper, great start.
Amari,
I'm super excited to
Zeke.
start both of them.
Hopefully, for all the Zeke owners,
Yeah.
this is the
Yes.
game that they can get their confidence back.
Yes. This should be a confidence booster for Zeke. On the other hand, if it's not a great game, then I might be eating some words too, because I mean I know
Yeah,
I've been trying to put confidence in the Zeke owners. I feel like he's gonna step up.
yeah.
There's only a matter of time. He's still great. And I think we're gonna see it in this game.
Okay, cool.
The
And let's
one
talk.
guy that I would want to talk about for just a quick second is Cedric Wilson. Michael Gallup is out.
I saw
This
that. Yeah,
offense throws the ball a lot.
yeah.
So
So
there is
pick him up,
room
pick
for
him
a
up, put
third
him.
wide receiver. Pick him up.
Yeah, pick him up.
Take a look. See what happens.
Let's
That's all
talk
I'm gonna
about
say.
these. Let's talk about
Chargers.
these charges. Another confidence booster. I'm hoping to see a little bit of a resurgence of Eckler. He accidentally walked into the end zone last week.
Mm-hmm.
I benched him. Thank you, but I'm looking to see if they're gonna give him a little bit more carries. Give him a little bit more flexing out into the as a wide receiver.
Yeah, listen, they didn't target him, but the thing that to give you confidence is he got goal line carry, which he
He
did
got it
has not gotten a whole lot of in the past.
right,
So,
but I'm still a
just
little
relax
afraid.
on Eckler.
I'm still a little afraid. I want to see a little bit more from him this year. But
I'm not. I'm still completely confirmed. I think you're rolling out Eckler, unless you're like Shirlen and have an embarrassment of riches on the
ah,
team and you could just
what a
sit down and,
compliment.
and
Thank
not
you,
play.
Theo.
But
Thank you.
that wasn't meant to be a
But
compliment.
in
But
this is a this is going to be a barn burn. I see points being put up, and Austin Eckler is there on third down. He's there as the third or fourth wide receiver.
yeah, man,
This should be his game.
definitely.
All
Let's
right,
move on to this. Oh my God.
this is another
This
big boy.
Chiefs. I mean, listen, I don't know what we're gonna be doing from 4 o'clock to the end of Sunday. All of us gonna need inhalers.
As
Because
always, we on the couch.
yeah, absolutely. We're on the
Abs-
couch. Chiefs versus the Ravens.
yeah,
Woo!
this. Whew.
Give me pieces in this. Give me anything I can find that's playing in this game. Give it to
Yeah,
me.
definitely,
Marquise Brown
definitely.
is someone that I have soured on over the year. Listen, I want to get he's Marquise Brown has had now we have to watch the ankle injury to make sure he's
Okay,
active.
yeah,
But if he's
but
playing, I'm trying to
yeah.
get him in this game.
I'm willing to turn the leaf on him because I faded him a lot, and he showed some stuff last game.
He did. He did.
Yeah,
It's definitely going to be interesting to see. And this is how it happens for a lot of guys. You hire them one season and they don't do anything, and then everyone
yeah,
gets off him, and then
yeah.
all
You're
of a
right.
sudden they are
You're right.
amazing. So
You're right.
definitely a guy to watch. I'm trying to play Hollywood if he's active in this game.
Right. And of course,
Um,
you start all your Chiefs.
Start all your Chiefs.
Start all your
Roll them all
Chiefs.
the relevant Chiefs. That
Hey,
is
would you start your ex Chief, Mr. Lizard
Eagles.
King, Mr. Lizard King, who's now playing for
Oh,
Baltimore?
Sammy.
Yes,
I would. I would.
I
I'd
honestly
start the
would.
Lizard King. I would. I think you have to. He had a bunch of targets last game.
Hey,
Um,
he always looks good the first game of the season, but the boy looks good.
yeah, definitely looks good.
Yeah.
I am super excited to get, like I said, anyone. Let's talk about Tyson for a second. Um, there's just been so many different ups and downs with the reports of his team of what he's going to be doing and his team this week.
Uh,
Um, I am scared to play Tyson this week.
Me too.
I know
But if you win a pinch,
if
that's
you're
your
in a
only
pinch,
running
you could
back.
play
Do
him.
it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Tyson, I think he can be a great play. I'm scared, but I still think he's the main. I still think he's the number one back for this team. I think
Okay.
he's going to get the first shot. And in this offense, in this game in particular, where both listen, the Ravens know they have to score.
Yeah,
Everyone, people are going to be playing the Chiefs. You saw what the Browns did against the Chiefs
they were
last week.
aggressive. They were
They were
airing it out.
so aggressive on fourth down. They were
Yeah, they was
playing,
going for it.
or they were
They was going
going
for
for
it.
it. They went for two on the first touchdown drive. They went for two twice,
Hey,
but while they were ahead. I
and
think everyone's going to realize now you cannot start slow against these guys.
no, you can't at
So
all.
you
And
want to get
so,
teams going up against them now because the game plan is going to be different.
so you're right. That's not every piece of Baltimore that they can.
Absolutely. And the
Last
last
game,
game,
we at the end.
yeah, we can make this, and luckily I think we can make this one quick. It's good. This is Packers revenge on the Lions for nothing that they did, just for what
Yeah,
happened to them last week.
just
It's like
because.
that thing where someone gets hurt in a relationship, and they bring it all, they put
And
everything
they
onto the
just,
next person.
yeah, they go on a rampage. I
Yeah,
think
it's gonna be like that.
Rogers is going to definitely do it, especially
Yeah,
to Detroit. And
yeah.
Detroit actually, you could see Detroit doing something too. This could be a competitive game,
It could be. It
a
could be. I,
sneaky
I could see it
competitive game.
happening. Zadarius Smith is out. Their top
The top
defensive
edge
back,
rusher, he's a
edge
beast.
rusher. Yeah, he's out. So
Yeah,
listen, Lions found a way. They found a way against the 49ers last week to be relevant.
right.
So
And
let's
speaking
not
about
count them out.
relevant, Mr. Jamal Williams, even though Swift had a awesome game and he was supposed to be ruled not out, but he was supposed to be on a pitch count.
Mm-hmm.
They both had a great game.
Both had a great game. I'm playing both of them.
And that's the
You know,
best of I've
this is the
always.
week you're gonna know whether or not. Next week I might be coming saying, listen, you're playing both of them no matter what every week.
I
This
agree.
is the week you're
I
gonna
agree.
you're gonna see whether that's true or not.
Yeah.
But this week, even this week, as I'm testing it out, I'm willing to play both of them. I think both of them are on the injury report this week, but
Right.
it was minor injuries for both. I think they're gonna play both of them. And listen, if you're down to the Monday game and you have question marks, then you gotta find a way.
Yeah, you gotta
Um,
find a way.
in terms of receiving guys on the Lions, is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
I just Other than Hawkinson, you're playing, of course. He's their
Of
number one
course.
wide receiver.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Tyrell Williams has a concussion.
I was gonna say injured. Yeah.
Amon Raban is someone that I've been interested in watching, but this guy is being thrust into a position that I don't think he's ready for yet, and so it's tough. It's,
Yeah.
it's really tough knowing that they have to pass the wide receivers though. So I wish I could give a name to say, but
Me
I just
neither.
don't know.
Sorry.
I don't
Sorry.
know. I don't know what they're gonna do on offense there when the wide receiving guys. I think they're gonna try. I think it's gonna be running back and tight end games.
Agree.
So yeah, those are the guys you want to have in this game. In terms of
Okay. We
Packers, just play them.
let's give some confidence.
Just play them.
Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones stunk you last week,
Yeah,
but he's gonna rebound this week.
he is. He
He
is.
definitely
Play your
is.
Aaron Jones. Play your
Yeah.
Devontae, of course. Listen, MVS. Play MVS.
Interesting.
MVS had 9 targets last game.
Yeah. Yeah.
MVS is a bigger part of the offense this year than he was last year. MVS got the MVP of training camp for the Packers. He did.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
listen, listen. I said it here. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't warn you. MVS is a guy to look out for. I think he's gonna have a great game, and I think he could possibly be the wide receiver too we've been waiting for
Hmm.
years. Now that don't quote me on. This game is
Yeah,
the one I'm talking about. I'm
okay.
talking about
Yeah,
this
so
game in
this
particular.
game
I'm looking to
specific.
play MVS if I can or if I need to. I'm happy to
Okay,
play him.
cool. We got
All
through it,
right,
eh?
we got through it. We did it. Hey,
Ah, we shouldered the
yay.
load. No thanks
Yes.
to Xander.
Thanks, Sander, for nothing.
We shouldered our shoulders a
How
little
dare you?
heavy, a little
How dare
sprain,
you
but
leave us in the lurch?
yeah, but we got through it.
We'll accept you next week, though. Come on back. Come on back.
So guys, I hope we helped you out a lot. This is going to be an awesome Sunday. I mean, as always,
Yeah,
because
man.
football's on
Football
TV,
is back.
but we have a great slate of games, and I
Mm-hmm.
hope we help you slide hey who to start, who to sit,
Mm-hmm.
and you can dominate, eh?
Hopefully you can dominate, man. Let us know. Hey, comment at us. Add us on the social media. Like you said,
Yep,
like I said again, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We are
YouTube,
there. Search
everywhere.
Couch Champions anywhere that you can search Couch Champions and you'll find us. It's Couch Champions Fantasy Football Podcast on YouTube. To follow, subscribe, like, click the bell so that you know exactly when our uploads are coming so that you can get this good information. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, man.
Have a
We are
good week.
another great week of prep next week. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Goodbye.
Bye.